Hi everyone, so this is the instructional video on how to use the daily log and the weekly planner connected to the daily log tabs within the service planner resource that we're sharing, and we really hope that you utilize it as a great way to plan out the service hours that you need each week and keep track of the hours that you are completing in order to finalize your service contract. And so I'll go ahead and pull up my screen here. And so you've got the Google site, you're going to go to resources, you're going to go to service planner. You have little snapshots of what each tab looks like, written descriptions. Here is the link to the service planner. Just click it, make a copy, and you're all set, ready to go. And then if you ever need to come back and need a refresher on how to use the service planner, all the instructional videos can be found here. So as we're looking to the daily tab itself, we're going to go into column A, which is the month. So we'll go all the way to August of 2021. All the days are specified in column B, and each month is split into your 2 pay periods. So you've got the first pay period, which is the first part, and then the second down below. And that's for every month. As you're going in and completing your days, this daily log is going to act as a literal clock in and clock out resource for you as you're completing your service hours. So if you're going into the office at 9 or you're logging on at 9 a.m. if you're remote, you would add that here. If you are logging out or leaving, you would add that here, and it gives you the total time served in column E. If you're looking forward and to this transfer onto AmeriCorps or OnCorps section, you can go in and you can actually write in the descriptions that you would write on your timesheet into this section here, so you have it all in one spot. And so if you're doing service activities on site, you could just write that in. Remember, if you have trainings, you have to specify those. If you're doing remote activities, you have to write out the more detailed list, which is exampled here. And so when you're filling in your timesheet, you can just go in and copy and paste what you have in your description tab here onto your timesheet, making it kind of a simple, easy transition for you. When you're going into filling in the actual times, however, reflect back to your time served, and then you're going to round down to the nearest quarter hour. So this would be 9 hours. This would be 7 to 5. This would be 8.5, and this would be 8.5 as well. And you can see as I'm filling it in, the total number is calculating itself below. And so this is a great way to make sure that you're putting in all the hours that you served when you're submitting your timesheets. So it'll give you the sum before you submit your timesheet of the hours that you have for each pay period, and just making sure that that matches the number that you have here and ensuring that you have all the hours that you were serving. If you go into column H, this is where you're going to divide the type of service that you were doing. So if this was just 9 hours of service, you would add that here. If you had 0.25 hours of training, you would add that here on top of your service that you also completed for that day. And so as you're, again, adding this into your timesheet, this is a really simple way, instead of having to go back and calculate what percentage of your day was spent doing what, you have that immediately there, and it's super easy to transfer into OnCorps. So then as you're looking over to section I, on this column I here, this is where you can fit your organization style to the daily log. So if you would like to keep a full list of what you did each day, this is your spot to do it. You could also, if you have a pre-approved Google Doc or spreadsheet that you have working with your supervisor of remote hours that you guys approved, you can go ahead and just add that link here. So you can, if you have a one-on-one Google Doc meeting, you can just add that link. And then if you present this to your site supervisor, be like, hey, I'm going to keep this all in one section. Does this count as my pre-approved like service tracker? If they say yes, then you're perfect, you're golden. You just have to add in the links there. So that's the first part of the daily log weekly service planner. You don't have to then use it connected to the weekly planner, but if you want to look at big picture, long-term planning for your service contract completion, this is a great tool to have. So in column B, you're just going to go in and add by each week the hours that you plan on serving. And so we have the national holidays here, just so you kind of keep that in your mind of when your students might not be on site. And so you would just go here, okay, I'm only going to work 20 hours over MEA. Or, you know, okay, I'm going to work 40 and then I'm going to work 40 again. And then you can go in and you can, if it's easier for you to then keep track. And you can see as I'm adding in the hours here, keep an eye on the planning statistics box over here. So if I'm adding in 40, you're going to see that that number is changing. And so this is a great way as you continue to fill in throughout, you know, all the way to July, you are going to be able to see the total hours. If you were to serve and complete all the hours that you're planning for, what would that total be? And so as you're looking forward, you know, to the future and into the year, you want to make sure that this number is matching up whatever contract you are serving for. So if you are a 40-hour-a-week Promise Fellow, you need a total of 1,700 hours. Planning ahead, you can make sure that this number matches up that 1,700 hours that you need. And so as you're filling in your daily log, it will automatically be updated into column C here of what you've actually completed. And so you don't have to do that math yourself on how much, you know, more hours do I need to complete in order to complete my contract and my service contract. And so you can see that it splits it up. Even though it's by pay period here, it's going to split it up by week in this tab. So as you're looking ahead, it will have your total numbers that you've served here as well. This will calculate all the months together and all the weeks together. And then if you're looking at this next portion here, if you're updating this regularly, this should be equal to at least your total number of hours needed. It will automatically change at the end of the week. So this is a simple way to just kind of keep yourself on track, keep yourself in a planning system that ensures that you will be able to complete the hours that you need. And I'll briefly show you my own service planner as just kind of an example. And so here you can see I've added in my time in, time out. I've added in my description of what I've done each day. And then I've added in the Google Docs that I have going with Gnome, my supervisor, to ensure that, you know, what I'm adding is pre-approved. And then if we're looking at my weekly planner, I went ahead and I added in all the time that, you know, all the hours that I'm planning on serving. You can see I've got the total time here, and then I've got my total hours of service that I've completed thus far here as well. So this is a great resource. We really hope you use it. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask William or I, and we will be happy to help. Thank you so much.